So, Wisconsin is 42 delegates, winner take all, open primary. That, of course, is the race for president. Now, candidates running for Congress in Wisconsin have a separate primary in early August. And in that primary, a successful businessman is trying to unseat or primary a sitting congressman. You may have heard of him, Paul Ryan. He's the Speaker of the House. Joining me now from Kenosha, Wisconsin, businessman and candidate for Congress, District 1, Paul Nehlen. Paul, I want to get your take on the race for president in just a second, but first about you and your run for Congress. Apparently, you're aligning yourselves with the Tea Party and the conservative movement. Did you recruit them or did they recruit you?
Well, I recruited them, and I wouldn't say I just aligned with the Tea Party. I'm building a broad coalition of people to bring this candidacy forward.
Now, you've been a successful businessman. Why do you want to ruin that by running for Congress?
Well, it doesn't ruin the fact that I'm a successful businessman by running for Congress, but this needs to be done. Paul Ryan has really deserted the 1st District of Wisconsin, and with his support of trade policies that are against the 1st District, with his support of immigration policies, and with his support of omnibus, you know, those things really are not in the best interest of the 1st District of Wisconsin.
Let's go through that a little bit. Paul Ryan's career, it's out there. It's an open book. He's basically a career politician. He spent virtually his entire life in the public sector, getting his paychecks from taxpayers, if you will. You've pretty much done the opposite. You have brought jobs back to Wisconsin. Is that part of your plank as running for Congress?
I've been a businessman since I was 18 years old. Got out of high school and went to school for engineering at night while I was running businesses. I ended up running that business. I ran businesses all over the United States and overseas as well. So I know how to get people working. I know how to bring jobs, and that's something that Paul Ryan, quite frankly, has never done.
And the Speaker of the House, of course, talks about making government smaller, but in reality, his history of voting does not reflect that. He's a big government guy. Are you going to run as a small government, Reagan-esque kind of guy?
You hit it right on the head. Smaller government is better for business. Smaller government's better for everybody.
You talked about immigration. This program, we've not sugarcoated it. I think that Paul Ryan and his policies on both legal and illegal immigration are downright dangerous. Do you hope to reverse that?
Absolutely. Paul Ryan's, dangerous is the right word. His policies of open border, he is absolutely an open borders guy, and that is dangerous. Shouldn't we know who we're bringing into this country? Shouldn't we know when the FBI and the CIA and other groups tell us that they can't vet these people? That's dangerous for America.
All right, Donald Trump was holding a rally a couple days ago in Janesville. An interesting moment took place when he asked the audience, I believe it includes, does Janesville include District 1?
It sure does.
All right, well, this moment took place. Roll tape.
How do you like Paul Ryan? How do you like him? You like him? Or you don't like him? All right. Wow. I was told be nice to Paul Ryan because, really? All right. Well, he's the Speaker. He's a nice guy.
All right, he's a nice guy, but he's a big government guy, pro-amnesty guy from the way I read him. Why the pushback from the cheeseheads in Janesville?
Well, the booing was much louder, I heard, from some people that I know that went. I've got friends that have been to rallies, not just Trump's rallies, but a lot of the rallies. People were checking out the candidates, and the boos were a lot louder. I heard the boos were booming, in fact, in that arena. And the reason people are booing is because they're not given enough credit. People in this district are not only low information voters. There's a lot of high information voters who want representation, Paul Ryan has not represented this district. Paul Ryan has represented Washington, D.C. interests. People know that in this district. Paul Ryan comes back on the weekend. He's a good family man, but he's not a good representative.
All right, and Mr. Ryan is welcome on this program anytime. If his folks are listening out there, anytime he's welcome on this program. Conservative Review, if you look up Conservative Review, anybody can do it. Paul Ryan receives a flat F from Conservative Review, and that's just a fact. But he also has a $5 million war chest, and you have about, what, 4 months to run this campaign. How are you going to do all this?
Well, Paul Ryan has $5 million of campaign cash, and interestingly enough, 83% of that campaign cash came from outside of this district. And of that 83%, 65% of that campaign cash in Paul Ryan's coffers was poured in there by big banks and lawyers and crony capitalists who gave him large donations from D.C. and Alexandria, Virginia. They're going to give him $5 million more. I'm not scared about that in the least, not at all. I've got people contacting me on my website and on my Facebook from Delaware to Hawaii, from Texas to North Dakota. People around this country are upset. I'm concerned about the people of the First District, the jobs in the First District.
That's because a lot of Americans
Ryan's not concerned about us.
A lot of Americans look at Paul Ryan as John Boehner Jr. Now, real quick, how does Wisconsin break for the Tuesday primary for president? Trump or Cruz?
You know, it's been a fascinating cycle. I'm as interested as everybody else, but honestly, it's not for me to weigh in. It's not for Paul Ryan to weigh in on how this election should break. He should be weighing in that everybody gets their vote. Everybody gets representation. That's his job.
All right,
that's my job.
If it happened in 2014,
my vote, like everybody else, counts.
If it happened in 2014 in Virginia with Eric Cantor, it can happen again for you in Wisconsin. Good luck with the campaign.